Welcome back, my name is LastKnownMeal and today we're gonna be talking about Cyberpunk 2077. I know, it's been a while, it's been like 3 weeks since I uploaded anything, and even before that my uploads were not consistent. And I did make a video about it. My mental health was going down, I needed a break, and I had it. And now I am more than ready to create a lot of videos for you guys. So again, thank you for your patience. And by the popular demand, the full analysis video of the deep dive video is coming. Don't worry about that, I'm still working on it. I've seen the deep dive video at least 25 times now. It wasn't even looking for details, it was just looking at the gameplay. I'm yet to go frame by frame, analyze everything, talk about everything, and make it into one video, which is probably not going to be too long, but I know that you guys love longer videos, and I have to really work on it to make it interesting. So that video is coming. Now for today, I wanted to give you my initial thoughts on the deep dive video, the gameplay video. It was 15 minutes. For a lot of people that was a bit of a disappointment because they expected a longer gameplay like the previous year where we got 15 minutes. This year we got only 15. And the deep dive video was truly somewhat of a presentation. Because in the video they talk about the Pacifica district, which is one of the 6 districts that we are going to visit in the Night City. They talked about the gangs like the Voodoo Boys, the animals, they talked about the net, the Black Wall, everything, their agendas, how the Voodoo Boys basically want to establish contact with the AIs behind the wall. Meanwhile, you have Netwatch that wants to just maintain peace and just get the Voodoo Boys out of the game. In the deep dive video, the mission is around mid-game, where you are hired by the Voodoo Boys to go and see what kind of tech animals got their hands on, because if animals get together, it's probably around something big. Now, the game does have, like, the deep dive has some spoilers, and that's something why I think they actually condensed the gameplay is because of the spoilers, because this is actually mid-game. So you'll have to do a lot of stuff before you get into this mission. Now, first off, besides showing the gangs, they showed us gameplay. Different kinds of gameplay, 2 kinds of gameplay actually. They showed us the solo build and they showed us the Netrunner build. If you've been following me for quite some time, I have been preaching that I want to go with the solo build because I want to be the soldier type that goes in and just shoots everyone. But when I saw the Netrunner build and how, hacking stuff is really goddamn fun, like hacking the fighting machine, the soda machine, hacking the bench press that basically just kills the guy, breaks his neck. It's so much fun. And the Netrunner build is more stealthier. That's something I want to go with, mostly because this game has, like, every single choice you make has a consequence. And if I can go through a mission without being seen or without killing a lot of people, I want to see if that's going to bite me in my ass later in the free roam, later in the game. So my first playthrough is going to be with the Netrunner type. But also, I love how the fluid class system that they gave you, that they're giving us, is something that we can just go and experiment with. Just create a character that we want to create. So if you want to be this type using, let's say, katanas, but have this, have that, something that's going to be useful for you, honestly, in my book, that is a huge plus. Next thing I want to talk about is gunplay. It's definitely improved from the last time. Like I've been looking at the revolver and how V takes the turret and actually starts shooting at the animals. I've been following the animations when you start shooting people, and it seems like when you start shooting them, they kind of freeze. In just, their health drops down. They're not bullet spongy. That's something I don't want to see. I hate bullet sponges. Like the Division 1 had that, and I stopped playing the game because it took me 1 minute to kill someone. I had to spam 300 bullets into that person for actually to kill him. Now in Cyberpunk, of course, people have subdermal armors, they have a lot of enhancements that can make them more durable. Like if you've been looking at the Sasquatch boss fight, once you start shooting her in the front, like her health doesn't go down. But the thing is, enemies have weak spots. Sasquatch has one on the back. If you disable that, that means their juice, because animals love roids, the juice is not going to go into them, and the hammer is going to be too heavy for her to carry, and she will have to attack you with her hands, and she's going to be more vulnerable. So every time you're fighting a boss, look for the weak spots. And that's something I enjoyed. Next thing, the dialogue. The dialogue is something that I've been honestly expecting. Of course, if you choose like the street kid or corporate background, it will open up new possibilities. We've seen that when you talk to Brigitte, you can have the street kid option. It's definitely going to unlock new things, especially for the game. It just depends on who do you want to interact with, what kind of a person you want to be. Also, we got an insight on the hacking. Hacking looks fun, like just connect the tiles and see which one to unlock, and basically the more you unlock, it's better going to be for you. You can just have so many more perks from everything, like the turrets, the cameras, everything. And for a game which has a lot of, you know, decisions, consequences kind of a type, it's definitely needed. Now, I'm not saying that the solo build is boring just because the Netrunner has so much hacking. Everything I've seen, like you ripping off that turret, start shooting at the animals, you know, force opening doors, it's a lot of fun. And that's important for this game, is that every single approach you have, both Rambo-ish type or just going in stealthily, it has to be fun. And they are definitely doing really well on that front. Next thing I was worried about is melee combat. We didn't see much, like we've seen actual hand-to-hand combat. The animations of that were fun, not gonna lie, the animations were really goddamn fun. I want to see more. I want to see katana gameplay, but I doubt we're going to see that before the game comes out. Katanas are in the game, it has been confirmed, but it's not going to happen until we get our hands on the game. Next thing I also enjoyed, and that's something I was, you know, curious about, is when people start hacking you. How is that going to look like? And when Sasquatch starts hacking us, you can actually see the effects of how she starts glitching, your eyes start glitching, everything is just confusing, and Placide is actually helping you just back off from that hack. So hacking is fun, people can hack you, so always be a lookout for that. And wow, that's basically it. When it comes to creation, character creation system, it has a lot of stuff. I know that people were when they said that they actually removed gender, so basically you can have a male with a female voice, people went batshit crazy. Like, just chill out. You don't have to play with that if you don't want to, but honestly, that is a nice option. I know there's gonna be a lot of memes when the game comes out, but I've seen a lot of journalists and people just, oh, why did they include that? Why? Well, just chill out. That you don't have to worry about it so much. Like I like every time like someone makes a change, like a company makes a change, someone is gonna be like, oh, that's bad for, you know, trans people or whatever. No, it's not. You know, they're getting representation in the game. Like, it's an optional thing. You don't have to go with it if you don't want to. Just chill out, and that's it. I actually think it's a very cool addition, and I'm glad they implemented it. It's something new. Why not? It goes really well with the world of Cyberpunk, and if people cannot accept that, then I'm really sorry for your way of thinking. Now, everything else looks fun. I want to see more driving gameplay, honestly. Like, some of the bits we saw from the V driving that the bike is cool, but I want to see more. I really wonder how the handling is gonna be done, because if Yaiba is easy to drive, then I'm gonna be driving it for a lot. And you can of course turn on the third person once you're on the bike, so that's not going to be a huge issue for people. I know that people were saying like, oh, can I switch it for in third person like the bike? Yes, you can. It has been shown, and so far that's it. Now, the deep dive was generally fun. I was talking to my friends when I was away from home. I've showed them the deep dive video. I was like, can you understand what is going on in the game once I showed you this video? And they could. They learned a lot of new stuff, because keep in mind, those are the people that are not following this game all the time. They don't know the backstory, they don't know who the voodoo boys are, they don't know like the story of the world itself. So for them, having this deep dive video was fun. And a lot of people that I talked with when they seen this deep dive video, they were like, okay, we're gonna be buying this game. So yeah, that's just my initial thoughts on the deep dive. I will make a full video. I will talk about a lot of stuff, trust me. It's just I need to get my hands and head around everything, because there has been so many news. Keep in mind, tonight, 8 p.m. European time, Bosnian time, whatever. The podcast is gonna be live on Mad Queen's channel, so Sunday tonight. Don't forget to join, to tune in. I know I've been absent for 2 or 3 weeks from the podcast, but tonight I'm coming back. And again, thank you so much for your patience. This is LastKnownMeal signing out. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button. Also visit us on Twitter and join our amazing community on Discord. We talk a lot of stuff about Cyberpunk and a lot of new games, so don't forget to join. As always, stay breathtaking everyone, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.